Hi, this is me, Stephanie Dow, and I've been teaching at North Hardin High School, which is in the heart of Radcliffe, Kentucky now for 8 years. We have 125 staff and over 1,700 students that enter in and out of our building each day. I'm going to split my presentation into four sections. We've got the exterior and interior of the building, the safety, and the communication. So starting with the exterior. The school was built in 1962 with the addition of the new building in 1994. Originally, the school did not have any windows and it was rumored to look like a prison. So in 2007, they added windows and made it look a lot better. It's January right now, so you're not seeing North Hardin at its best. Normally, we have very well kept shrubs, greenery, and flowers outside the building. I even included these planters that were empty last spring, and I mentioned it to our ag teacher. And within days, our greenhouse students had come and planted beautiful flowers. Our parking lot. So the front of our school is made of the bus parking lot and our staff visitor parking lot. We have about 35 buses that pick up the students from North Hardin, and they manage to do it in less than 15 minutes every day. The buses systematically funnel in and follow each other through the loop at the end of the lot, and then they exit out the same entrance that they came in. And then as you can see here, the staff and visitor parking lot is right behind the bus parking lot. And you can see you enter it through the road where there's a sign that says staff and visitor parking. The back side of the school is where we have our event and our student parking lot where students have assigned parking spaces. The parent drop-off line enters through here on the left, drives through, and then drops or picks up their kid at the side of the building here, and then funnels out through this street, which is why there's do not enter signs. The backside of our school is very unrecognizable to any graduate of North Hardin because it went through a major renovation within the last 5 years. And this leads us into the interior of our school. So with that renovation came a state-of-the-art weight room here that you can see. And also we got a cafe-style cafeteria for our students. And it came with a brand new gorgeous entrance to the back of the school that you can see if you're coming for any sporting events or anything like that. If you enter through the front office, you'll see these welcoming faces. These are the ladies of the main office. They have decorated the front office with some North Hardin swag and Miss Browning's prized possessions, her plants. Other offices you might come into are the guidance office and the AP office. Both have been decorated to be very warm and inviting. Families may also come in to our youth service center where they help families overcome barriers to learning by either providing programs or referrals to partners in our community. We also have a clothing closet here at North Hardin for any students, siblings, or parents that need clothes. Here's our library, which is in the heart of the school. It's in the very center at the top floor. This is used by a lot of people, not only the staff and students in the school, but also a lot of activities and sports will use it for their banquets. We have nights where we have parents come in and we assist them with filling out the FAFSA. All of that happens here in our library. Our hallways and our stairwells in our classroom are clean, but it definitely is a group effort. We've had a custodian shortage through the past few years, and it wasn't until just this Christmas that we hired a separate company to come in and clean at nights, and they've been doing a very nice job of keeping the school clean. We do have an elevator. It's on the very left side of our school. So that's definitely a growth is that we add another elevator that's either more centrally located or located on the right side of the school, the opposite side. I know that I've had students that have my class and then they have a class below mine and they have to walk all the way to the other side of the school, catch the elevator, and then come all the way back. And for a student that's in a wheelchair or using a walker or using crutches, that's not very accessible for them. So adding another elevator would definitely help with the accessibility of our school for that population. Also, it would help if we added some directional signs around the school locating or just stating where classrooms are. I know that our 200s are very confusing. As you can see, rooms 225 to 231 go to the right at the top of the stairs, and rooms 232 through 242 are on the very back left side of the school. So a lot of times, students who are changing classes at the trimester or families that come in for open house, it's really hard for them to locate their classrooms. So I think adding some signs around the school would make it more accessible. That leads us into the safety of our school and the perception by the community that it's safe. I know that for a long time, and it probably still holds this reputation today, North Hardin has been known as the least safe school in the district, even when I grew up in the early 2000s and I went to a neighboring school. And it doesn't help when we have articles in social media that gets posted about incidents that occur with a very tiny portion of our population. And then that gets blown over into it being our whole school is this way, our whole school behaves this way. I always recommend, hey, step into our school building and you'll see the real North Hardin. We have a lot of students with a lot of pride. Here you can see just pictures from our pep rallies. They feel safe to cheer for their school, cheer for their teammates, to be silly, and they have a lot of pride and they participate in a lot. I mean, our students are some of the best. We do have a school resource officer, which is Deputy Adams. He started this school year and he makes his presence very well known. He will pop in and out of our classrooms. You can see him walking through the hallway and he tries to get the note of the students. And he's a fun guy until you do something wrong and then you don't want him to be your friend anymore. We do have a very big police presence around North Hardin. We have a lot of students that walk to school. So this is just 2 mornings this past week where I recorded driving into school, and you can see there's cops right out in front of our school. You do not speed through this school zone in front of North Hardin because they will pull you over. They take this student safety very serious, especially all the students that are walking to school. Entering and exiting the building, you can see signs here on the left of welcome, we're glad you're here, but please stop by the main office. Those are the only doors that we let any visitors in during the day. And on the back side of those doors, you can see stop, do not allow any visitors through the door. We talk to our students throughout the year about not opening doors for strangers or for anyone, to always direct them to the main office. We also have unlawful possession of a weapon on school property is a felony, and that this is a smoke-free environment sign posted by all doors. Here you can see the presence of our administration. We have 3 assistant principals and 1 principal. Our assistant principals and principal, they have duty stations in the morning, in between classrooms, during lunch, and after school, where they spread out in parking lots in the building so that their presence is very well known. Here I have a video of our principal. He's putting some gloves on to welcome students off the bus in 28-degree weather. But our administration makes themselves very well known around the school. They are the ones that supervise during lunch. They are in the lunchroom with all the kids to make sure we have that duty-free lunch. Here's a video of entering the school during the day. So if a guest wanted to enter, they would have to come to the main front door entrance and ring the buzzer. At that point, they're on camera, and the front office will say, "Hello, how can I help you?" And I told them I was picking up my child, so they buzzed me into the front doors here. Now, all these other entrances through this room remain locked except for the one door into the front office. So you walk into the front office and you are welcomed by someone working in the front office. And then I funneled over to the computer where you would sign in or sign out a student. We use Google Forms for that so that that information can be sent directly to the attendance clerk's office, to our guidance office, and our AP office so that we know when students have left or entered the building, rather than just staying on a piece of paper in the front office. Last is our communication here at North Hardin. I'm going to start with our marquee that we have. A few years ago, Lonnie Dennis retired, and one of his last purchases was this beautiful marquee because the community always told him that they loved seeing the messages on the marquee. Right now, we just have our Trojan traits, but whether it be academic accomplishments, sporting accomplishments, birthdays, upcoming events, anything like that, you can see scrolling across our marquee. And the community really does enjoy being informed and seeing those information or the messages as they drive through past our school. We do utilize social media. We have a teacher in charge of Instagram, a teacher in charge of Twitter, and our librarian is in charge of our school Facebook page. Here are some posts from just this past week where they notify us of cancellations. They talked about FCCLA at regional competition, letting us know the North Hardin pageant is coming up soon, and also like where jobs are in the community because we have a lot of high schoolers looking for jobs. So they pretty much post anything you can think of on our Facebook page. They also answer a lot of questions to parents. So if Michelle Smith doesn't know the answer, she will reach out to the school and try and figure it out for that parent. When we do post about academics, you can see that it is in a language that is appropriate for students and parents. This is our February work ethic focus, which is respectful interaction and communication. And they don't try and use too much educational jargon. They try and make it to where parents and students can understand our post and feel informed and involved. We also have a website. This is our North Hardin High School website where you can get tons of information from our calendar, from speaking to the counselors, our academics, anything you can think of, you can find on our North Hardin webpage. A growth for North Hardin is in doing all of this searching, I tried to find where translation services. If I was a parent at home and my kid was going to start North Hardin and they were ESL, where could I find information? And I couldn't find anything. I mean, I know we have it in our school. We have Jill Sanders, who's our ESL coordinator, and she sends stuff out to our staff to help assist them. But I think having that information online for parents and students to see of this is where you can go for help would be very beneficial. Also, just giving more training and assistance for those ESL students and making the teachers aware of it. I mean, I know that we have it and we're really close to Fort Knox, so we get a large population of ESL students. So knowing what's out there and how we could help them and having that online or somewhere where parents can easily access it would be a lot more helpful. So that goes into the exterior and interior, the safety and communication of North Hardin. And so I hope you enjoyed.